summon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just was loading screen. Thanks.
No worries. You got 99 problems then, Doc.
No, I don't. If I'm dead, I can just wait until you've cleared them all and then release.
Don't go into them.
Should be able to do.
It's
I think.
just in case someone like Vix tries to heal me or something. Oh.
Oh, I was
or
too
Risa.
slow. I will instead. Now I can heal you. Look at that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can...
Okay, good.
Hello.
Hello.
Crap, we have to clear all this shit all over again.
Run away, little girl. Run away, little girl. Run away.
Because there's not enough. What did I do? I don't know what I did. I did something.
Oops. That whoops. Those are things I don't want to hear.
Yeah, that's right. Never accept blame.
Is that another word on the banned list?
Tab targeting for the win.
I've heard that sentence a couple of times by now. So the thing is if people realize how funky tap targeting is, they might actually want to check what they tap target do before hitting that magic button.
I did that today. It was great.
You've never played a DPS spec, have you? As long as the numbers are up, it's good.
Hey,
Yeah, sounds about right.
hey, what's that did you want? Because I'm writing to you and you're
haste.
clearly
Oh.
ignoring me.
Sorry, haste, please.
Okay. Get your ass over here. And pray. And so.
Do you want to just stick it on the
You can put it
yeah,
here. So I
yeah,
can
just do it straight on there.
haste, you say.
Yes, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's a nice
Hooray.
ring. PvP one.
Yeah.
You beast.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, shit. That's at least one of them.
Why are you highest on healing done, Shiloh?
Oh,
Stop making us look bad. We
I'm
talked about
sorry.
You shouldn't be slacking then, should you?
I do love the look of this staff. It's absolutely awesome. It looks ridiculous on a chicken.
What's that?
The staff on my chicken.
What's that?
It's
Where are you?
huge.
What
Oh,
chicken?
the 7th Legion.
What chicken?
This chicken. The one stood kind of near you-ish.
That's Blaney. Who's got
This
nothing on
one.
it?
This one.
Oh, that stuff. That's pretty good. In the pumpkin.
Okay, there's 80 mobs here. All we've got to do is kill them all without dying.
Yay.
That sounds difficult.
How about pulling that path?
Oh
So,
shit.
Hey, we got just one.
Of course.
Yeah,
Have
man.
little faith in me.
Oh, ye of little faith.
I wish I had my hunter in the
Oh
right
shit.
now.
I like that everyone would.
So when you see the wild leap happening, look around, look below you, see if you're targeted, and move out.
What if you're on the stairs you can't see it?
You can see it on the stairs even.
Sparks, that sounds like a really bad idea.
What if you're in melee and can't see it? Oh shit, like that.
Then you need some glasses.
Just because something sounds like a bad idea doesn't mean it should be tried.
No, if it sounds like a bad idea, yes, it should not be tried. What's foresight?
It sounds like a bad idea to give Toxin 500,000 gold.
Yeah, so don't.
Exactly, I agree.
Yeah, that's what
5,000
my point I'm
gold.
making. It sounds stupid. Don't do it.
Sounds stupid.
I
because
thought
it
for
is.
sure I'd have you on that one.
Every other person would have responded, of course it's a bad idea to give it to Toxin, give it to somebody else.
I don't want to pull all of
I
them.
volunteer as tribute.
Ah, walk away, Pats.
Which way are we going? What
Well, there is
right,
this,
or
I
we
think
do it?
this island
Take the
for
pack on
example,
another side.
Yeah, the
Yes.
packs from that are closer to us might be easier.
But since when have we done the things the easy way?
Well,
Can
you know,
someone
for a
tap
change.
for lighting, please?
I
if you
want
want
to
to
do
die
it.
like last time.
The story is Barrage.
That wasn't me putting those. I didn't do it.
You know
I
that
didn't-
makes you the prime suspect, right?
Schoon met in een schone lepel. Schoon vol lepel. Dat is meer bekend.
What?
Wat is het een vuile lepel? Wat is het een vuile lepel?
There's a thing
Hey,
called
that-
push
that
to
was
talk,
blame
you know?
me.
Yeah, he was talking about dirty spoon or something.
Nee, I wasn't saying
Is that a tactic? I don't know what that tactic is.
Can we have a solar beam on the one behind us? Or behind the packs?
I've already used it.
My phone is
But
already
have you-
dead, so.
That's a bad thing of push to talk.
That's all push to talk for them apparently. So well, no worries.
So this pact of them playing all mobs without dying is going pretty well.
Shit.
For me, I'm
Me.
fine, target.
How many groups have we got here? Because I can see that we've probably got about 4.
We have 6
many.
groups.
6, that's nice. 6 group.
I blame.
Oh wait, you meant the mobs, or?
Yes. Because if you
Oh,
look
that's-
where they should be stood, we've cleared half of the floor at the moment. That's 40 mobs.
It
There's just so
was
much trash.
4 packs.
Because this is trash as a boss.
There we go.
Don't you know that every trash pack should be a boss?
No.
What, and every boss should be trash?
Yeah.
See, we didn't do bad there for pulling one group of 6, did we?
Yes, I'm a bad kitten again.
What?
Yeah, I aggroed before, or I went in before Shiloh got bad aggro.
Oh, you're still playing thingy. Barrel.
Yes, I will. I'm gonna stick with Feral, and everyone got a rage on me for my low DPS.
Wait, you can fall off.
Yeah.
3 priests and nobody likes to get back.
That's only one of the main mechanics of the fights, Liam.
You know, don't fall off the platform.
Don't get
Hello?
feared.
Hello?
Here we go. Multiple groups again. Excellent.
I
Yeah.
blame.
See, I reckon this is Doc.
It's not me. I'm the furthest away from them.
The first time ever I'm going to say I'm
Technically,
playing Doc.
technically, young father is further back than I am.
Freaky, freaky and tricky. Be careful with that Synagoga thing. Almost pulled another pack.
All the packs.
Isn't it?
It's alright, the tanks are still standing, just keep pulling.
The thing is Soul Finds is important because now he's able to go above Shiloh himself.
It's important to do a good warm-up.
Get your
Nothing is
fingers
better
into it.
warm-up than a bit of a fuck.
Nothing's better of a warm up than fucking.
No, a bit of a
That's what
fuck.
I
I
heard.
mean, I agree with you. I'm just making sure that's what you
Not
actually
what
said.
I said, but I see your point. It's not the point I heard either.
Grab the last patrol.
Well, deep on Blaney. And Blaney flies. It's
Fly.
fine.
Stop clapping!
Who said
I
chickens
thought I
can't
could
fly?
make it just to the edge.
Oh, it did make it to the edge.
I was tempting, like, try. How far can I fly with it? Just send me over the edge. Fucking hell.
I'm happy.
Liam,
You
don't
killed
make me
me.
say. Don't make me say it. It was not me, it was Marmo killing you. Fuck's sake.
And Aid.
Everyone should kill Liam on a regular basis.
You should,
Can, really.
should you pull the
Told
gorge
to go.
and just fountain the gun?
Yeah, totally go a great way of killing Liam. We have
It's
practical
also a great way to kill the tank.
Yeah, why are you actually bothering trying to kill him? Just leave him for a minute or two.
Hey! That's cheating. You gotta.
Where's the joy in it if you're not actively trying to kill him?
Because you can watch like the video of just him killing himself over and over. It's quite funny.
Like I was saying. Oh, there's a landmine on here.
Yeah. Oh look, there's a landmine. What happens if you stand on it?
It made me explode.
Yeah, he found that out.
It's a hard
Think
one.
of
that,
that's
isn't
not
it?
tickle.
It's very stressful. A great way to.
No! I'm in. What happened there?
What?
T, have an idea of how we're gonna do the boss?
Yes. Actually, I put the. I got a really good idea of how we're gonna do the boss.
Gonna kill it.
Yay!
Times are they gonna do it?
It's actually, if you look at the, I put in the guide section 2 guides from Fat Boss, which one is 1 day old, one is 2 days old for the let's say this boss and the next boss. And because it's very recent, we actually have a really good guide on how the fight fully works.
They all been
And I'm
fucking
gonna put
flying.
responsibility on the tanks.
Bum, bum, bum.
No.
Bow, bow, bow.
Sounds like a good idea, though.
Keep if you have that.
I'm dead.
Whole lot deeper.
Oh, so you're
Dead.
gonna put faith in the 2 dead people in the raid now.
Yeah.
So your faith is in the tanks then?
Yeah,
Mm,
very much so.
okay.
You can do
Good job,
it.
good job you're not putting your faith in the healers, then I take it.
It's never the
Well, all
tank.
the healers are still alive.
They haven't kept the tanks alive though.
That is, you have
Surely that's
one-
their only job,
one
ever.
job, yeah.
You don't see the DPS taking any damage.
Except for me, right?
Thing is thrown off.
Well, does it count as damage though if you just get thrown off?
No, I think you just instant death is no
Yeah.
damage.
You go, "Bleh."
Who are you on, Jay?
What?
Who are you on?
Who are you?
Who are you on?
Bloodblade. Is that?
Who are
I've never
you?
seen it.
Doc.
Oh,
Fucking ruins everything. Wonders why he's got no fucking mate.
Karma's mate.
I don't
Oh,
actually worry.
Like I said, he wonders why he's got no mate.
I don't. It's like I've worked at it for 46 years.
Wow. What? Since you were 10 or something?
Not since I was 16.
Oh.
But you mean 42?
Ah, that was years ago.
Oh,
You
that
know-
hurts.
You know, Doc's sort of getting on a bit.
That's what I said. 46 years I've been working at making sure I have no friends. Why would I only been doing it for 42?
Well, you might have tried a little bit to start with.
Why? I did have some friends at one point, and then I managed to get rid of them.
What? How did you manage to get him in the first place?
Just, it's such it happens, doesn't it?
Is it? Oh.
Did you tell them you play the hunter as a main?
Switching to push to talk now, so I don't laugh too much.
What am
the
I
right channel.
supposed to?
Do we have a feast?
The only reason is why I put the markers up is to have kind of a bit of an overview of the fight, because we are now opposing at the point where we started, I think. Or not.
Fun times.
Okay. Changes versus what we did last time. So we're gonna try to do this better than last time.
What, like kill it?
Content-wise, fight still stays the same. So phase one, Zul can't be tanked. That's period. So you don't tank Zul, he just does a blast the entire time that we have to heal through, that's it. What is gonna happen is the Nazmati Crusher, so the guy over there, the skull is actually a second DPS, let's say second priority target for DPS. The Hexer is a main priority target for DPS, and the little bloodthirsty crocs are the tertiary target for DPS. Apparently, I'm gonna use the term apparently, we should be able to just, for this first pack, waltz in and destroy the pack before any cast goes off. And from that point on, these same packs will spawn the entire time, as we saw last time. Now, the point is that the priority of a target stays the same. So the Hexers go first, the Crusher goes second, and the little adds go third. First phase, you mainly want to do cleave damage on Zul. So if there is a Hexer up, what has to happen is a tank, and I'm gonna take Shallow for that one, need to tank the Hexer in the vicinity of the boss. The Hexer will have an energy bar. If that energy bar goes to full, she will cast the self-healing blob, or the healing blob. So what happens is, you have to move the Hexer out as a tank, about, let's say, 10 to 15 yards. So essentially, somewhere between the blue marker and the, so you have here, like for example, when I'm standing here, this is about the zone where you want to be with the Hexer. Now, we nuke the blood down, and we either pull the Hexer back in, or we kill the Hexer where she's standing. Same for the Crusher. So Bell, you'll be tanking the Crusher because you have quicker mobility. The idea with the Crusher is, because he does this 30-yard empowerment AoE, what you want to do is keep them in. The minute that the Crusher is at 80% of his energy bar, you jump out with him, so that he's at 30 yards away. 30 yards should be around the zone where the markers are, if Zul stays in the center, which should be the case for phase 1. If he's done his cast, you move him back in. Then the little adds, they heal themselves based on the damage they do, but normally just single target and on one add and then cleave should be enough to destroy them in combination while damaging the blood Hexer. I would say the tank who's tanking the blood Hexer should try to get aggro on the little adds, just to make sure that the adds don't move into the zone of the Crusher when he does his casts. And that is actually the way that the entire fight revolves. So from time to time, we will get a Crusher spawning, two Hexers spawning, and 4 adds spawning. Priority is that there will be 2 Hexers spawning, so 1 Hexer needs to be CC'd. So anybody with a hard CC just CC's the Hexer, one of 2. We pull 1 in, we nuke it together with the boss. If she gets to 80% of her cast of her energy bar and the cast might go off, we move her out. She gets destroyed. Let's say the blob spawns, she gets pulled back in, and we destroy her with the boss. Same for the big guy, same tactic. Just get him in, cleave down everything, and if you get, let's say, 80% of his energy bar, the tank with the big ad moves out. That's for phase 1. Randomly, let's say what we had last time will still count, so the boss will still cast a spell on certain targets. You will get DBN warning you, move out with the spell so that whatever shit you drop outside of the raid, because the further you are away from the raid, the less damage the raid will take. The small adds that spawn out of this cast from the boss will have to be dispelled, counting on Gax and Yogi to do that. And then they die, those adds. Let's see if I can find the names. It's the Minions of Soul that comes after Dark Revelation. So a person will be targeted to Dark Revelation, will do the blast, and then will spawn 4 minions. And those have to be killed. Okay. And that is actually it. And then at 40% health, it goes into phase 2. There will be no more ads. So maybe if there is an ad still up, we'll have to kill it. I haven't seen a video where there were ads up, but I have not. So we'll have to see if this happens, yes or no. And then the part is in the second phase, Zul needs to be tanked. So what is important for the tanks is the rupturing blood. So if we tank Zul, we will have to find a positioning that the tanks, if the tanks are facing towards Zul, towards, for example, here, which is Nipple, then we all have to stand between Blue and Zul as healers and DPS. So that as such that the tanks can drop their shit when they get, so they will get a cast on them, which they will have to tank swap, and the person with the cast and the countdown will need to go as far as possible as they can. So try to get as far as possible, close to the edge of the platform as you can to dump blood. Because the blood patch that will be dumped will be quite massively if I look at the videos. Think when we did Emerald Nightmare scenarios, when a tank would take a full blow size of patch you would get of damage. And that is actually it. Second phase is the phase where you hero because you just want to burst him down because the platform will be filled with blood towards the end. Casts that will go off during the entire fight will be these casts that will spawn the little minion ads, and in the second phase you will get a Death Wish cast which will have people running off the platform as well. So that's it. Fairly simple. The only reason why I kind of put the markers around is to have people have an idea about the locations and distances. That's it. I'm fully agreeing with that, Liam. Yogi.
So, what boss are the melee DPS targeting first?
Well, in general, so the idea is that melee DPS don't really have to move out. So the point is, phase 1 is the ad phase. So this is what I meant with tank responsibility. So the tanking the Blood Hexer together with the cracks or crocs will be stacked on top of the boss. So until the Blood Hexer is moved out to get the blood out, then that blood becomes a priority target. But then the Blood Hexer is moved back in and we start DPSing, let's say, the Blood Hexer again. So the markers I put, so for priority is first Blood Hexers, then Crushers, then Crocs.
Okay.
Want to give this a go?
Yep.
Sure.
There was a feast in front of us, Liam. You may have missed it.
Oh well. I don't know.
All right.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Why?
There we go, switch to the Crusher. Is at 70%. Move him out. Good. Right in time. Focus on Zul.
The little ones.
Move out with the blood. Ads will spawn.
Give the tanks a few seconds to pick them up.
Yeah, take the commands up.
Said Blood Crush.
Blood Hexers are up. There's 2. So CC, hard CC on pink. Oh wait, somebody's running in. So hard CC on red then.
Oh, I already pulled it in.
Well, there's no hard CCs anymore. So well, anyway, go for it. The problem is one of these hexers is at 100.
Oh, I saw it.
Okay, one hexer down. Okay, the other hexer is still at 40, so the cast is still not going off, so we can still keep her down. Keep control on the big one. kill the animated. Yep. Crush it at 73, move him out. Yeah, there will be little ads boosted, but yeah, such is life. Try to move the big one back in. There is a Blood Hexer up. CC the one on Moon.
We've done the one on X.
Okay, okay, that's okay. Then just pull in the one on Moon then. I don't mind if people CC, just let me know.
We're not cleaving anything like this though.
Yeah, no, but they have to be moved into the boss.
Yeah.
That's the point. And the big ad actually, so that's the thing. So that's why I'm keeping priorities. Let's see. And the little ads are
Animate
random,
that.
so we're gonna be. Move the crusher out. It's really important that you keep keep your eye on the energy bar, because the cast will go off now in the middle of the pack.
What the fuck is Hexer? Ah, I see her, I see her, I see her.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I can't focus on every ad, so that is let's say that's a bit your own responsibility.
I'll get it.
If Geoff can do a master res, we're happy, or if you're getting a master res, we're good. Cool. No, so what's the thing with this fight? That is the point where let's say your responsibility comes in as let's say tanks. I can't do all the callouts for all the ads, so just watch the energy bar. If the energy bar is close to 80, start moving the ad, whatever ad it is, either Hexer or Crusher. So we could tell from this first try that Crushers actually go down. The first pack goes down fairly controlled, so that's good. So the stacking tactic works. So yeah. It's just, so Shallow, you just keep focus on the Blood Hexers, and Bell, you keep focus on the Crusher. And Shallow, you just pick up the pack of ads, so the Crocs in combination with the Blood Hexer.
Can we get a feast or not?
And a table 2, please.
I just like remind people that we need to when the congealed blood comes up, we need to focus that hard as well. So if that gets the boss, it heals him for like 10% or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's why we have to move that's why the Blood Hexer has to be moved out. So that's why as you can see, there is always one Blood Hexer. So the hard CC one, we just CC it, and one we kill. I would prefer, I love all the death grips that I've been seeing there, and all the movement there, but if maybe Shallow is the one gripping them in, then I can at least know who's who's doing the gripping. Or if somebody does please don't grip until somebody does a call out. That would make it easier.
No.
Should we feast or?
No, took my food.
I don't have feast on me.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Move the Crusher a bit more into the group. I know there's the Koning Blast and you don't want in the group, but just to get the cleave. Yeah, move him out now, because he's fairly off. There you go, he will do a cast. See, that's good range. He's dead now, focus soul. ads will be spawning on. There we go. Shall we try to pick up these ads? Okay, something will spawn on star, on purple. Okay, CC the hexer on purple. Pull in the hex. Okay, the star is. It's okay. Just pull in star then. You can see where they're gonna spawn because there will be little puddles of blood. So I won't be calling out this the entire time. Okay, they'll tank the crusher and try to get stuff on the boss. Shallow take the cracks.
I'm getting him.
We have new hexers coming in 10 seconds.
Yeah, we still have one hard CC, but
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we need to kill the one on hard CC.
Master spell.
There's blood up. I haven't got a stun for it.
I have this for now.
Stun it.
Okay, pull in the blood hexer at no, he's at 70 already, so just keep the blood hexer there for the moment.
We've got one, both of, now we've got two that are both free.
I'm getting the one on purple. She spawned blood.
Yeah. You can slow the bloods, but yeah. No, that one didn't. Yeah, we're not meeting the timers here.
This is chaotic.
We don't have this under control.
We've got two crusher.
No,
two.
we were too far off. We have to wipe. We can just wipe this.
What a clusterfuck.
No, it is really key that it is essential that we get the ads down first before the next group starts to come, because otherwise we get this.
It's chaotic. Bom, 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 bom.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a bit getting used to all the spawnings. And yeah, it is, and the thing is also do not hit the boss. If there are ads up, it's add target and cleave damage on boss.
But I want to kill them all. I don't know if we're putting one up or not.
First pack goes pretty well. The problem is in the second pack you have the two blood hexes.
Yeah, it took a while before people started doing damage on the CC'd one.
Yeah, that's the thing. So when we get one down, we actually have to jump immediately to the CC'd one. But yeah.
If you are going to CC one, it would be helpful if you shouted out which one you're going to CC. If you're going to CC, for example, Red Cross, and other people don't know that, then they may immediately start attacking that, and then it gets CC then broken. So if you're gonna use CC, then at least let people know.
Yeah, we could do that, Sol, but that would mean that we would have the same issue on heroic. So I would rather have a clean tactic than we do a stacking tactic, which will completely destroy us on heroic.
Have a dedicated CC'er? One that calls out which one it's CCing?
Yeah. The point is okay. So that's why the one other thing that I noticed is that's the mark where I put the marks actually aligns with the spawns. You can see blood puddles forming on the marks, and then they spawn there. So that's when he does his attack. Problem is we can't predict where the spawns will be. I mean, you can when they're actually being cast, but not up front. Otherwise, what we can do. Currently, I think monk CCs are still the best, what we got to offer. So let's say, Jay, are you comfortable with CCing one and calling out which one you CC?
Yeah.
Paralysis.
I'm trying to find it now.
Okay, or either Aussie or Aussie. I'm okay with that. I would like to see the paralysis is kind of very indicative, so either Aussie or Jay. But I don't want you both together. It's maybe easier indeed to have just one person doing the CC.
Well, I can do the CC as long as no one will attack the mob. 45 seconds cooldown.
Yeah, but just do the CC and call out which one it is, because there will be a mark. It will be on top of a mark.
Will do.
Okay, so Aussie takes that one. And then for the rest, once we kill one hexer, we have to pull the other one in. And for me, the only thing that you have to do is I'm fine with either shallow, freaky, or tricky pulling the other hexer in, so the CC'd one. Just make sure when you pull it in that you check the energy bar. If it's like at 80, don't even bother, because then we will have a blood spawned really on top of the boss. Maybe just mention it to see if it's full, and then just wait until the blood spawned and then pull the hexer in.
Okay.
Other comment on the crusher. I know it's difficult, Z. Try to get the crusher as close as possible and then turn it away from the raid, because you really want it stacked on top.
Good to go, Grant? I
Don't
assumed you was...
start off with AoE, please. Give it 3 seconds or something.
What? DPS holding off? Never's gonna happen. Alright.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, jump to big ad, please. Okay, just kill the big ad. And jump to soul. There will be spawns of little ones on blue and green. Shallow maybe get in between blue and green to pick them up. There will be a spawn on moon and on X. CCX, okay. Pull in moon when it's spawned.
Alright.
Big ad on orange nipple, so get
Moving
there.
around.
Nice work on that one. Bring in the hexer.
X on hexer, pull in hexer.
Oh,
she's at 100%, so the blood will be there as well.
Look at the blood.
little
Crush,
buggies.
Crush is at 70.
Okay, let the crusher do his call and then pull him in.
CCing X again.
Okay, focus on crusher. Nearly dead. Okay.
There's a Hexer.
Let the
Yeah, I
Hexer
got the
in.
Hexer.
Yeah, try to move it to the. She's at 75, so don't pull her in. Just keep her there. Keep it. It's good. Okay, good. Little lads.
Oh, there's another Hexer
pull
up.
in the other Hexer.
Alright, there should be a blood coming out.
Yeah, the thing with the blood is you can actually interrupt it.
Right, we need to get him out of that.
Get the big guy in. Kill him. Oh, that was a slime handed.
I'm grabbing
I got
the
aggro. I got aggro.
Got one wandering
That.
now.
Okay, we got to get this under control again. There is a big ad up again. And move the crusher out. Yeah, coordination is a bit a mess on this fight.
Hello?
Yeah, normally you have indeed, you have enough time for the... let's see a recap. Yeah, you have to kill the cracks in a certain time window, so that's the thing. Yeah, but on top of that there is like an energy bar on the cracks. They do something at 100% energy as well. So you can't keep them, let's say, out of control forever. Yeah, so they when they are 100%, they destroy themselves, and so they do that 17.4k to all players. So for 10 seconds. So yeah, I think that's the that's what killed us just now. They went boom.
Boom! I like when things go boom. The pain is real. What did he go down to? Only 82.
It doesn't. These Rala for the we can group them up at skull, but that doesn't work. The boss is immobile for the time being. So if you want to phase transition, you need to damage the boss as well. That's the entire problem with the fight.
After.
I see what he means. He means why are we on this side, not on the other side, when it's the skull that we're going to be taking down first?
Well, I don't really mind which side we grew up, to be honest. I mean, the idea is just to get everything in the center looked down. And I just came here because everybody came here. Back mentality.
Oh. Alright.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, switch to pressure.
Ba, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. That was the wrong fucking skill.
Okay, so this phase works fairly well. It's the picking up ad phase now.
I hate the picking up ad phase.
Okay, little ads first. They will be spawning on skull and on triangle.
CCX.
Extra movement.
Actually, I'm starting, if it's wondering, to be interesting, to do first CC the hexers, kill off the little lads before we go for the hexers, because little lads die very quick, and we have little to worry about. Yeah, kill off the X, pull on the other one in. The one at X, he's at 100. You can actually, so that's it. Conceal blood, you interrupt that, then the yeah doesn't spawn.
Where are those little fuckers coming?
Okay, go for the crush. The new ads will spawn. Nuke goes down first. Switch to crusher when bring the crusher back in.
CCing X a bit.
Just the other one.
Okay, pull the timer. Switch to Hexer. Stuns and kicks can interrupt the congealed blood, so if you want to do that, that's perfect. Okay, Bell, pick up the crusher. Move it in the back. Turn it so it doesn't hit the raid. Good. Focus on the crusher.
Blood.
Yeah.
The other hex is free.
Yeah, the other hex, I forgot about the other hex. Okay, move the crusher out, kill the other hexer. Fuck me. Why do I have to be two?
Because we're quite a lot of players.
And now it's default too. So pull the little ones in with the so yeah, kill off the animated Iker and
See, don't.
Yeah, no.
No, so I got broken, so I got X.
Start. Please, someone CC start. Like
CC
perma.
star.
Like take one. Nice.
Crush it again.
We're not doing very.
Kill off the hexer.
We're not doing very good with the cleaves. Everything's way away from the boss.
Shall I
Pull
get
in
the
the
other?
CC texture, by the way.
She's at 100%. Inker.
Add it later.
Tank down. Now we're getting overrun.
We will have two crushers up at this rate.
We have a Hexalus.
Please stop.
I can't reach with this one out.
Yeah, no.
That one's frozen.
No, it's clusterfuck. Get the crushers. Cleave off the little lads. Move the blood hexers out.
We've still got Hexer up.
There's 2 hexers up actually still. No, this is. We got the caster in the middle of the raid. There's 2 hexes up now. It's it's diamond. Yeah. He goes at phase 2 and 40%. We're still at 78%. You can sell. This takes a shit ton of time. This fight if you don't get the cleaves off right.
Yeah, and the amount of damage in phase 2 is based on how long phase 1 lasts.
A long time.
And it seems like the ads are spawning quicker the longer phase 1 goes on. Maybe it's just it just feels that way.
I'm thinking, rather than having Shiloh running off to pull in the hexes that we need, Shiloh should be staying near the boss, the little and keeping the little lads there.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about, maybe switching the thing off so that we the little ads go down fairly quick, so that we just cleave down the lads and then focus. Which we just change off the cleave priority, because the little ads in the end they overrun us completely.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
they
stop
die
running
fairly
over there.
Red Skull people.
So we can't really have Bell, Helen running off getting the or having any of the little ones with the crusher either, can we? For when he casts that thing.
No, that's the thing. Yeah, the crusher needs to be tanked separately, and the idea is there to have really have the tank have aggro on the crusher only, because otherwise they boost and they heal themselves based on the damage they do.
So you just want me on little one priority?
And you're gonna have somebody else pull the hexes in, I think.
Okay.
So if you make sure you clump the little ones up near the boss, and then have somebody else pull the hexes into the boss or something like that. Like one of the other DK. Have we got other DKs on?
Yeah, we got Tricky and Freaky.
Maybe a stupid question, but is it not worth perhaps sacrificing 1 DPS for a 3rd tank for added control? I mean, it's hectic.
Not a bad idea.
Like, DPS doesn't seem to be the problem. Just the problem is when shit gets crazy.
Well, that is one of the thoughts of going 3 tanks. I was actually one of the discussed strategies, but didn't really work in the end, apparently.
Well, they're not actually getting aggro and going around and smacking random people.
The only thing that is actually damaging people, the only ad that can damage people is the crushers. The hexers don't need to be. Actually, their damage is fairly low. They actually don't need to be tanked. The only reason why you have a 2nd tank is to control the ads around the boss, so that they don't run off to the crusher.
Just from personal
Right.
experience,
So that's.
died twice to the little lads.
I think that's a problem then, because I think Shiloh's thinking that she needs to go and pull those hexes in, and actually she should be focusing on keeping the little ones together, while the DPS just go and hammer down whatever hexes up, and not CC'd.
I think what we can do is.
Okay.
Hello, Jay. I think what we can do is we can try to get the. Let's see. Yeah, Joff. Maybe if you want, go DPS, because we are actually at the limit of, let's say, 6 healers. Normally we think we can actually go for 1 more DPS.
1, 2, 3.
And shamans are still good at cleave AoE normally. Anyway, So the thing will be that, let's see, let's try it out and see what happens. No. So, Bell, you just focus on keeping aggro on the Crusher. Shiloh, you keep focus on keeping aggro around the boss.
Getcha.
How bad is it for the? I can't remember what it is because I have seen it, but I can't remember. Do you know if the other ads get buffed by that Crusher?
It's bad.
Right. So the other thing as well for the DPS is if you see Belle pulling the Crusher out of the group, and she's got some of those little fuckers following her, kill them. I guess quickly before they get buffed.
Yep. Or you pull them, or you get aggro on them.
Or
or
you
run to, or you run to Shiloh. That's the thing. I mean, that's kind of
just get away from that. Yeah. Okay.
So,
Oh, I was gonna do a ready track.
let's see.
But in fairness, if Annette's concentrating on that, that shouldn't really be an issue, then, should it? If she doesn't have to worry about running around after the hexes.
No, she's not. She doesn't have to run around the hexes. The thing is, the hexes need to be pulled in. So maybe just freaky and tricky. If you see a free hexer, pull them in. And the only thing that you have to worry about is the amount of energy they have. The first one you pull in, that's no problem. They will die before they get the cast off. It's the second one that will start with 100 energy. But there, the thing is, and I forgot to mention that, the cast of the blood can be interrupted by stuns or by repentance, for example. So you can actually avoid having a blood spawn.
Can I leg sweep it then? Because that's a stun.
Yeah, stun should, as far as I can tell, stun should be able to do it. So when she casts this,
Let's do one more pull before break.
that spawns the animate. When you see that cast going off, congeal blood. That's the other one. You can let's say the blood shard, which it's a cast which they say is interruptible by any interrupt, and you may want to try. But what is key is that one you can actually interrupt it with a stun. So congeal blood is the one that does the animated ichor. So what we can technically do is always keep them pulled in. And so CC one, pull one in immediately, and try to make sure that we always interrupt the hexer, so that you don't have to move her out, and that you can keep on the boss and keep the cleave at maximum. That's a bit of a higher risk strategy, but if you have enough stuns, that should work out.
Everyone will be stunning. Okay.
So we can pull them in virtually any energy now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea. Pull them in. And then, but when you see the congealed blood coming up, anybody who has a stun, try to stun. That interrupts the cast, and then the energy bar needs to be filled up again. We should be able to nuke them down by that time frame.
Okay. All right.
Oops, mistake.
I didn't detect misclick as well. He just didn't want Sol to feel alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just drink it actually.
What? Well, 2 has passed. Come on, so we can have one temp before. Alright. Alright.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Focus target on Crusher and Cleave first. Yeah. Wait until he's back in.
Okay, we're spawning.
Okay, first a bit, lads. so shallow AoE aggro. Just let them run in. If you get aggro on the lads, run to shallow or run to the center.
Gonna CCX. They seem to be rotating.
That means that you pull in star. If you get it on you with aggro, move to the center. There you go, leave DPS on that. Pull the next one already. And Bell taking the crush.
We get the crusher a bit closer.
Oh, no, the moon.
Come on, why aren't they spawning?
Good, leave on the little ones. And then
So,
move the big one back in. Little ones are fairly low, so cleave on little one and then move the big one.
CCing.
there's a blood coming in.
Star. CCing star.
With Hexa.
Okay. Take the next one in already.
Done it. We'll get ready to.
Okay, focus on the big ass first. So his health is fairly low. Okay, he's moved out. Focus on the ones now.
Yeah, we're going to keep the melee on the little ones when he gets pulled out, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, pull the big down back in.
CCing star again.
Shall I grab with him?
Yeah, the non-CC won't pull that one.
Is there Hexa in the distance?
Move the Hexa a bit more in if she's done, so it's
Okay, they're coming from there.
pull in the CC dex already.
Blood out.
Yeah, get the little ones on the.
Is there any way we can pull this Hexa in the... Oh shit, no, there's a blood Ica thingy up.
That's okay.
I've got some little ones on me, I can't lose them.
Oh, I'm
Move the
trying
big
to
one out. And see what we can get from the ones.
Gonna CCX.
So we got the star,
Okay, get the
diamond to
big
pull
one
in.
What time... when do we go into the next phase? 40%?
40%.
Oh, okay.
Pretty.
Can pull the other one again.
Now we got to slow on the big one. Get the crusher up. Kill the other crusher so that Bell only has one. There you go.
There's another Hexer.
Yeah, get the Hexer in.
Need some more DPS in the crusher.
Now first the Hexer is nearly dead.
CC
Got Hex coming in again.
Okay, get the, when the crusher has done his cast, pull him back.
Hex on X.
Just to go for crusher first because we will have to make crushers later on. Okay, get the second X, get the X on X in.
I'm going to skull.
Okay, get the pull in the Hex, the CC. We got the Nico out. Shallow, stay below the boss. So if you have an add-on, you move it below shallow.
Get the ads closer to the boss and you'll be on 40%. There's a hexer on your yellow.
Oh, there's the hex.
We're on 41%. Let's get these
it's
asses
facing.
finished. Oh shit.
You can
Yeah,
on
we
the
have
ass first.
yeah. So this is where you have the problem. Okay, this is a lesson learned. So now we have 20 stacks. We have 20 stacks of a debuff. You should get the ads down. So Shallow, take Zul or is out.
Zul's out, he's at nipple.
Yeah, he's nipple.
So for everybody else, focus on the crusher, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, the 4 stacks.
Oh, he's gonna get buffed.
Oh shit.
Well, it's progress at least.
We're getting better at this.
Yeah.
That's a general idea.
It felt better. It felt like we had the ads under better control.
The problem now is it's taking too long. We can't go into the phase with 20 stacks. That's gonna kill us real soon.
To be honest, the problem is also that we had the ads up. I think 20 stacks. I'm not sure if that's a problem, yes or no. We didn't see the ticking damage they were doing.
It was around 11k.
In the Fat Boss video, they talked about the fight lasting for between 5 and 6 minutes, and we were on 7 minutes and we wiped.
So we need to focus those ads harder somehow. Unless it's a DPS check and we're not quite reaching it.
Well,
I think
Fat Boss, if you look at the Fat Boss video, every sustained DPS in that video was 15k sustained over the entire fight. Our highest sustained damage is 12.3.
Alright, back in a minute.
Yeah, but those people are tryhards. Anyway,
I suspect that the video was recorded on Heroic as well.
What I was doing wrong, I was chasing the target. I kept chasing the crusher as it was pulled out. Actually, I should have stayed behind in DPS the smaller ads. And that's just something that happens with DPS, target fixation.
Tunnel vision. Having a smoke on his own. Beep. I don't know what that peeping is. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, that's not. No, that normally the idea is that you never had, that you never have to, though. So I think there wasn't this time. This one run around, you had 2 for a very short amount of time, so that was still okay. But to be honest, I didn't think that try was too bad.
Oh, we got to see phase 2. is always good.
Actually, maybe to solve that problem a bit.
I'm just looking at it and their DPS 25k.
So shallow, you're a nipple.
Yay!
Star. Just so that people know where the tanks are positioned.
Maybe we should have a bit more focus on actually staying in the middle. Let the tanks bring the things in instead of kind of running after it.
What I was thinking. So what you can do is shallow. You can do a mass grip. I would say do a mass grip focus on Zul for the first run, and then so Helen, just make sure that you taunt off the Crusher. And my advice, given the way the position is now, Helen, you put yourself on the left-hand side of the boss. So if you taunt, you actually would run, I'd say, would face, let's say, away from the group to the orange side. Sorry, to the green side. I'd rather have him taunted through the pack, but in first instance, there is no problem. There shouldn't be a problem. I mean, the only ads doing damage are is the Crusher ads. So, okay, I think Shiloh can take a bump or two before you taunt off. So just make sure that you use that time to position. And Shiloh just has all the aggro because the mouse clip, but a taunt should fix that. That's for the pull. Later on phases, we'll have to see how to manage.
Yeah, there's a 2-minute cooldown on mass grip anyway.
Yeah. No, but it might make the pull a bit easier.
Okay, checking who's
So,
back.
how about that thing about standing in the middle?
No, that's the thing. That's the idea of standing in the middle with mass grip. If Shiloh does a mass grip on Zul, everything is in the middle from the start on, and then we have to start moving stuff more in the middle.
Who's not back? It's not back. Still missing a few people. Who's still away? David, Ravla, Hippo. Still missing some people.
I blame the healer's not doing enough DPS.
True.
We need more priests.
I'm above Beludru on that last pull. No moaning.
Oh, 11 million?
Well, the question is who's the wait? Well, before we pull this one, I've been playing Demon Hunter, but who is the best AoE tank?
Huh?
Demon Hunter.
Okay. can swap roles around, and I'm more worried about mobility, about getting the big ad out. But maybe, you know what, shallow. Take the what if you switch around? So we have Bell doing mass AOE damage in the center as Demon Hunter, and you take the big ad.
All right.
But that means we can't use a mouse grip. That means Bell, you will have to do something you enjoy. You have to Demon Hunter in.
What?
And get all the stuff, do all the AoE, and then shallow, just you take out the crusher. And normally I expect that with the time frame in between crushers, you should have enough of your combination of Wrath Walk and the second speed buff you get to move the crusher back in. That should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try it like that.
Alright.
Just to get more damage on the ads.
Do it. Kill it. All of it. I don't want to use fire. I want to use my chi.
Okay, everyone's back.
I'm going to kill them with kindness.
That's what we always do, Jane.
It doesn't suit me very well, to be honest.
Should we go pull them? If everyone's
This
eating
is a
and stuff.
pillow fight. Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Kill party is still the same, so Hexer. And go for the big ad. No, that's already dead, so go for the big ad.
I'm moving him out.
Whoa.
And move him back in now.
That was a little bit close.
Yeah, a little bit, still works. Small ads coming in, so that means that Bell, you get to do your funky AoE jumps and stuff when the little ads are in, just to keep everything in the center. So Demon Hunter away. Ozzy, say which one you're gonna see.
Gonna see purple.
Okay, get star in, BKs, do your thing.
For that crusher.
This site suddenly got fun.
Okay, next one. Pull in the CC'd one. Shall I take the X in this? Yeah. Sorry, the crusher. That's good.
That's supposed to be being brought in.
Yeah, the Hexer should be brought in.
I got the wrong one, sorry.
Okay, Helen, do your AoE thing in the center, so you have all the ad.
I am.
Okay, get the big ad back in, because we will have to leave that one. It's been not fairly.
Seeing purple again.
Turn him away. Pull
Hey,
his
they
star. Okay, get the next Hexer in.
Shit.
Oh, the ad.
Blood.
Hexes are coming in.
Yeah, is he seeing star?
Turn him around, right?
Moon in.
Big ad. Because he will get to big ad as well. Okay, Hexer now. Just stay in the center, Z, and do your everything.
Get another hex one stuff.
Okay, Crusher is positioned well. Keep him like that.
Another hexer.
Yeah, pull the other Hexer in. Where is she?
Star, she's a star. She's coming in now. She's free. Somebody pull her in. Got a Hexer X and a moon.
Gonna get the
Full moon in.
Pull the one in moon, please.
Why?
The moon.
Move, as it is close to me.
That's the wrong one.
Focus the big Crusher when Anna puts him back in.
We got a Hexer at moon and one at star.
Get the moon.
So bring the moon in.
Don't move the Crusher out, just get it down. Good. Second Crusher up.
Put the second trap.
Hexer, Hex.
Stick it in. Focus the Crusher.
CCing purple.
Get the down
The
before
other
we get
one
to
is at
40%.
Get stuff out now, because we're at 43% on the boss.
The other one is at moon. Moon's just come in.
Get the Crusher down so that... Get the Crusher down, push the boss maybe, so we are out of Crushers. Before, yeah. 41%, just try to get everything centered, doesn't matter. Shit, we got the Crusher up. Yeah, I would like to go into this phase without the Crusher.
Oh, I have
Yeah, we had 2 Hexes up as well.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so to make life easier on everybody a bit, maybe Doc and Ozzy, can you call out the... You're already CCing Dex, so maybe can you call out the Hexers? So that
Yeah,
we can,
Ozzy's saying which one is Hexing, and I'll just shout the next one to bring in.
Yeah, I think that will be better, because to be honest, I think it went fine. We just have to control the fight a bit better on the last point where we had the boss at 43%.
There was one thing where we had 2 Hexes, and everyone went, oh, we didn't pull in the one that we were DPSing. We ended up pulling in the one that was CC'd, and it cocked it all up. So we ended up having 2 that we were splitting our DPS over, and it never got pulled in.
Yeah, okay.
Ba, 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 bum, ba.
Felt better though.
Yeah,
It
feels
was
like we're getting it under control.
better up to like just near the second phase.
Chickies, are you riding Risa as a
Apparently.
That's not how that's supposed to work.
No, I guess I glyphed it before, so I would be Sheeta, but now it's confused my stag with my Sheeta, so I can catch people as a cat.
It looked amazing. I want the cheetah mount.
No, but that's the idea, Geoff. The idea is that the tank who's that, let's say that's why you have Bell demon hunting away in the center. I like freaky and tricky when there is a hexer up. Just pull that one in.
What? Where are you?
When there's a crusher and a hexer up, do we concentrate on getting the hexer down first?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And I would say so. Also the general idea of this fight is that you make it a centered zone. So if melee have to move out, we have a problem. That's why you want to have the hexers pulled in. So this is, let's say, that's the general idea. Just to have, we want to have max cleave DPS. By the way, there's a feast up for everybody who wants to feast. The idea is to get max cleave DPS out. So that means that we really need to get everything on top of the boss. And that's a bit the position of this fight. So if melee have to run out, that's a problem. That's just.
I would actually say when the crush is taken out, no melee follow.
Yeah, that's
ranged. Like I'm ranged, so I'm hitting it. The tank's got the crusher, and anyone who can cast can hit it, but it'll be brought back in. So at that point, if there's nothing else up, just smack the boss, because the quicker the boss gets to 40%, the quicker we can not bother with it. But if you've got a trail of people running across the map, that's going to slow your DPS down.
No, but about the CC textures, that's the thing. So if you have a CC texture, even at 100% energy, you can stun them. So that's the idea is that they can't finish the cast with the stun. And you can always stun and pull in. If a DK has a free grip, okay, it will take him a bit longer to get there, but point is you don't have to blood out.
Usually the ones that we don't let them cast is the one that wasn't CC'd before. The other ones usually cast and then we kill them. That's the ones that usually end up casting and we have the blood coming to the boss.
No.
That's why I said it.
No.
Right.
Oh, stop being stupid.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If people stand in front, that is not my fault.
Don't take the crusher. Just.
Oh, you don't. Oh, never mind. It's dying anyway.
No, I think we got. That actually improves that we should have enough DPS. So these will be the lads, just let them go center. And have the demon hunter at its way. Or however it is.
Its way.
Crusher yet?
On the CC star.
The other one's on X. So X wants to bring it in.
No, those are hexers. This thing is so off.
Okay, bring in the next one already.
Grip star, pull it in. There we go.
Watch out, we return the big ad.
Oh, she got aggro off it.
Demon hunters.
Okay, big ad. Get ready to move it out. Move it out. Everybody just focus on boss and flat.
On a CCX.
And what's the other one?
The other one's on Moon, so Moon wants to bring it in.
There is no crusher. You're screwing with my thing.
Next one.
Big one.
I hate it.
Bring it in further if you can.
Right.
Yeah, it's triangulated. Watch out with the big ad.
Come on. Come here. Come here.
Gonna CCX, get the one with the purple.
That was above 2.
Yeah, I saw. Sorry.
Bring purple in.
Okay, get the one on the X.
Blood up. Shit.
There's one on X, there's one on Moon.
CCing X.
There's always people all around.
Bring Moon in.
%.
Okay, get the other move. On the X.
Bring X in.
He's transitioning.
Bloodlust. Just hit the fuck out of that crusher.
Trying to bring him in without actually hitting people with it.
Go for the blood. There's only blood.
I'm coming in.
Get Helen up again, and try to get the tanks on the boss.
I've DC'd.
Blood everywhere.
I can't reach a boss. Going for a walk. Fucking hell. Elevate Grisa.
Low on defenses. Fear. %. Everything's just full of blood.
Oh, we're out of room.
That's all you're out of.
Aren't those
I'm thinking-
patches supposed to be stacked on top of each other?
Yeah, well, to be honest, the way that this started, I can't really say you can. We got this. Let's say this wasn't really a clean start of the fight. So, what I would say is when we see that the boss is at that percentage, is we move and we get the crusher up like we had just now. Is that we actually move the pack out of the boss, because the boss doesn't move anyway, so that we don't hit the boss anymore or with minimal cleave, because we need to push to that phase. We need to try to push to that phase with no ads, or would say without the crusher at least, because the crusher is the tank destroying ad in that case.
There's a lot of tank destroying things in that phase. Just gonna look at something. That's the thing we have to work on now, the debuff. Debuff!
The fear thing really pushes you off. It only stops you when you're dispelled.
Someone having some issues.
I guess we're waiting for Jay.
Yeah, he's having problems. It keeps bringing him in and disconnecting him straight away, so he's just gonna start his PC, I think.
The
I wasn't
idea
even-
with is normally, like I said, we got full on messy there. So the idea is normally that like we're standing here, is that DPS stands on the side where with the nipple. Tanks actually tank him in the center, and then when they tank swap, they move to the back. But the problem is we didn't have 2 tanks up on Zul. We only had 1, so that means that shit got hit in the, let's say, in the center. So you get hit by a blast, and you need to, let's say, the other tank needs to taunt, and the tank with the blood on him or her in this case, because we have 2 hers, need to dump it in the back of the room. That is the idea. But yeah, I mean, the way we went into the phase 2.
I see 2 healers not doing DPS.
Slackers.
That may actually be a good thing.
Oh, damn.
I would say that if you have time to DPS, you don't do your job properly on this fight at the moment.
DPS harder. Is it better now, Jay?
Looks like it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've lasted more than like a second, so.
That was a vanilla DC when it says you're already online.
Yeah. So how did that go then? You didn't kill him? Fucking useless bastards.
No,
Lovely.
Well,
missed
now
your
we
40
couldn't
edge.
kill him because you weren't there, Jay.
Needed
Oh.
one
We didn't wanna-
DPS.
You know, we didn't want to remove the fun of the fight for you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not having that much fun, to be honest. So carry on.
We didn't want you to get away with being offline while we struggled, is the truth.
Shit. I was hoping you'd pull in between and then finish it, and I could just be like, oh, I just got back in. Sorry. Oh well. Fucking ruined it for me. Thanks.
You're welcome.
What, you log back in, you hit the boss once, and you get the best suit in game.
No, log back in and die. But then go, yeah, I did it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shit, I'm starving my thing.
Should be able to make this well.
Don't move.
Or not.
Huh?
Range on the big guy and the Leonzo.
I didn't want to risk it.
With lads incoming.
It wasn't worth it.
An SCC star. The other one is X bullets.
Come on, Crusher. No?
Full Linux.
Give me something to do.
Go 4-star already. Go in star.
Why are you moving, you stupid trash?
Excuse me?
Yikor is
Kicker.
Thought we interrupted that.
You did?
Yeah, I saw it stop casting. It's just fucking rude, that's what that was.
An SCC star, get the one in the bottom.
Get the crushers in first because then the rest we get too.
Kill it.
Okay. Get in then diamond.
Bring the other one in.
Good. Get the other one in.
Go for it.
Can we pull in Star, please? Stood there doing nothing.
Okay. Now we're
Can we get on this Ica before it gets to the boss?
an SCC moon, get the one on the star.
Not another Crusher.
Group in moon. 16 moon or whatever. One in.
La 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 la.
Stun up.
There's one on purple.
On a CCX, get the one on the top.
I'll pour purple in.
Boss is 47.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Pull in the other one.
EX.
Get the crusher out of the way first. Because we're in the danger zone. Move him out.
42%.
The Nick are getting really close to the boss.
Yeah, we're going to transition soon, so get the crusher out of the way.
There's gonna be
Trying.
more hexers. Gonna see the purple one.
There's one also coming in from Star.
Okay, Bloodlust.
Got 3 hexes up, I think.
No, 2 hexers.
Yeah, let the tanks take the boss. Just focus on the outs first. Get this under control.
Exit.
Spell, please. Thank you.
Shit, shadows, they get shadowed.
Yeah, I was low when the thing went off.
Okay, adds down.
Okay, everybody behind the boss. Behind means red side. Shadow, bell, drop on purple.
Oh shit.
Losing bell.
Go on,
I'm
you
very
got
low
this.
on everything. No.
Kill on master spell.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Oh shit. You haven't got this.
That was Death Wish. You don't dispel it. I mean, normally the idea is if the boss were positioned the way we were now, people shouldn't have been running in the direction of blood. So that was weird.
Well, you run to the closest edge, don't you?
Yeah, that's why you normally put the boss a bit off center, so that the people will run to the closest edge, and he was a bit off center.
They were melee though, so they might have been the wrong side, maybe. Eh. I mean, you so fucking let me down, but.
Don't release
yeah. Oh. Yeah, don't release.
Yeah, Vix didn't whisper don't release, so some people release. God damn it, Vix.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'll play Vix.
Yeah, where was that sweet release voice?
You really want that, don't you?
I'm staying out of this conversation.
One day I will try again. Because if I would do this all the time, then, you know, you would get bored. Thank you.
Kindly.
Thanks.
There's a feast up, by the way.
Sweet.
Oh, can't you tell? Look at you, all you greedy bastards.
Yum 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 yum.
Oh, let me click on that feast. Why am I sitting on a moose?
Why is the moose eating
You're
fish?
shitting on a moose or sitting on a moose? I didn't really get that last part.
I accidentally click on the druids.
Everybody loves riding druids. Right?
What?
Kinky. Hmm. I don't have to fuck around with having to throw them away.
I don't think we need to take the Crusher out the first time.
No, we shouldn't.
Alright.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it's going up fast though. Alright, that worked. I wish this thing was timed right. That's really annoying.
He's 1 star.
Gonna CC star to get the moon.
Did you pop a cooldown, Gox?
Yes.
I saw. All the mobs nearly murdered you.
Bring in,
I noticed.
Bring in the star.
Hexer.
He does this stupid turnaround when I'm not really... Well, I'm trying to turn him, but he's like... Why is everyone... Why?
Russia needs to start moving.
Gonna CC X, get the purple.
The other one, yeah, purple diamond.
See, he does this weird thing.
Get the X. Hexer.
I saw him. I did things.
One's on moon.
I'm gonna get the purple, get the moon.
One moon in.
God, I was worried there was another crusher there now.
Okay, bring purple in.
Need to be careful with the cleaves now, though.
Get the Hexer.
Blood.
Come on.
CCing moon. Get the star.
When's he facing? Or what percentage is he on?
He's on 44, so we'll have to start the crusher. So get the hex in, but we need to make sure that that crusher is down.
42%.
Actually, there is. You have a crusher that can focus the crusher in this phase. Just he's gonna do anyway, so just bloodlust. Yeah. Try to get everything stacked.
The crusher in a bit.
I'm assuming Bell has the ball. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna do his thing soon though. Oh, now we can do it.
Oh, it does actually throw you off.
Hold on, boss.
I assume so now, yeah.
And the Bell died.
Nothing. Nothing again.
By the way, I think we will run into the blood if we get feared.
Gotta clear down the monsters. No monsters.
3 minutes on rest.
If a monk can pull his circle down when you get the bloods.
Do you mean the one that's pushing back?
Yeah.
4 stacks on me. Yeah.
Shit.
No, that's the
The
transition
rupturing
is the
blood
problem.
is really high damage on.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, it's not your fault. It's the transition is just messy as fuck. Because we we got the ad issue.
Witness your end and despair. Weak, just as I predicted.
I might have a lot of HP, but
Why are you trying to run away from him, young father? You're not going to kill the boss, you know.
Well, that's very defeatist of you.
Yeah, I know. I'm a pessimist.
Can tell.
We got into phase 2 on 13 stacks. That's very good. But we got the crusher just before phase, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about. I was a bit wait on it. I was thinking about maybe when we get the last crushers down, that we bloodlust before 40%, just to push harder and make sure that we don't get that crusher up. Because it's really like we were 1% off or something.
What? So like when we've got that crusher up and he's at like 42, 43%. Use bloodlust or something.
Yeah,
It'll
just use bloodlust
smash that
before
last
the
bit down.
phase, and yes, and get that phase through, because the sequence is always the same. It is small adds, blood hexer, crusher. So you always get into that sequence. So for example, when you can tell that you're at 40%, 45%, for example, and you know that you have a crusher incoming, just push for it. I was thinking about maybe just going to pop bloodlust a bit earlier. Because now we're using the bloodlust to clean up a full health crusher, instead of trying to pop bloodlust and maybe kill off that last crusher and just push that boss harder. It's the timing. We're a bit off timing, and we're really close to the timing. So I'm guessing maybe
The only
pushing blood. Yeah.
I was gonna say the only other thing with the second phase is this, and obviously we only got there a few times, but the positioning's a bit off with it. But all the raid groups in the wrong position.
Yeah, but
you want to be closer to the edge that's not where the blood is, rather than.
Yeah,
So if
the
you're
point is, what you want to do is position the boss off center. But that's the thing is, tanks can't do that currently with everything rummaging around.
Yeah.
So what you normally want, if I'm gonna move one marker, just to show just to show the idea. So what you normally want is, if the boss is currently at the center and you want the tanks actually to tank him, for example, where I put the mark now, nipple, so that, let's say, you're closer to that edge, and then they drop off blood, so they tank with the boss standing on nipple, but they face our side. So that means that is the closest edge. And then when they get blood, they move over, so they tank swap, and the tank with bloods move over where we're standing. But normally all fears should fear people in the direction of cross, nipple, and moon. Yeah, that's a problem, Bell. Currently, the entire fight is off at the moment because of you can't really decently tank swap at this point, because you got one tank is taking way too much hits in the face, and then dies while the crusher is nearly is still up. It's a timing issue.
Yeah, it's very hectic at the beginning. We need to, because that's what we want, that smoother transition, don't we? So that we can get that under control earlier.
Yeah, we want to push the transition phase a bit earlier. That's the general idea.
Oh, we only have one more pull anyway.
To be honest, we're not doing too bad. If you look at our first attempts, we're getting there. It's just a cleaning up transition phase.
Well, let's fucking do it then. Let's do it.
Do it.
David, trying to get as close as he can.
Pitching forward.
Just another one. Another step. Go on. Stop! There we go. No, stop! Don't listen to me, idiot.
And now, children.
4, 3, 2, 1.
See, that's a weird turning thing. I didn't even see any bloody stacks. Kill it with fire! It's waiting for a thing.
Seeing start at the moon.
Oh. Yeah, that wasn't.
Bring in the moon, please. Bring in the other one.
Well, no hero for next try. It should be okay behind me. Yeah.
There's one on moon.
Come on, Cecil, come with me.
Bring moon in.
Oh fuck! Can you CC again?
Someone has to CC because
I stunned it. Jay, can you maybe CC the stun one?
Yeah, bring it in now.
Nice, it's
Just bring it in.
now.
It does some weird shit. How are you doing this weird shit?
How's C star get the X?
Bring X in, come on.
What if I don't want to bring my X?
Bring your X in, please.
Move out. Move out.
And bring Star in.
Uncooled down.
And we got multiple Death Knights.
Ah, I didn't like how close I was.
Oh, push as hard as you can, people.
When the CC broken, bring the moon.
Push the boss.
He's about to. Can we do it?
Thanks on the
We've
boss.
got one hex there.
Everybody else on the ads.
Got one Hex of 3 and one. No, 2.
Right. Oh shit! I think we've got.
Dispels.
Got blood.
I don't see the debuffs on you, Helen.
Well, you should. Hell has 4. That's a bit much.
Yeah, I was looking for it, but it doesn't show for some reason.
Just taunted one cell.
Yeah, I need to wait for the spell to drop off though.
Nice fair.
Ah, that's not working.
So close. Just getting that transition, isn't it? Once we have that transition sorted, we'll be.
It feels a lot like the Snaris fight.
It does.
We got still like
Yeah, I got so.
Oh boy.
Yep. They just went boom. That's how we all got killed in one shot.
Are we raiding tomorrow?
No.
No.
It's
Oh.
back to normal raiding nights now.
Okay.
Don't you see it on the calendar?
Oh yeah, I was just, you know.
So that's it for tonight.
No, we're gonna go. Well, just see if let's see if we can give one more pull, and then I'm calling it. Because we
Alright.
had this one with the premature bloodlust, so.
The clock is right.
Yes, it's been said. Almost right.
Oh, okay.
Calling it so.
Ah, I'm coming.
Peer pressure for the win.
Can't you just call out when to don't?
Yeah, that's what she just said.
Yeah, because I had her focused and looking to see. Because normally stuff like that shows up, but.
It's just a regular debuff. It should be visible.
Nope.
It's not for me either. I can't see how many buffs she got.
Are you using the same UI?
It might be that you got to like set a weak aura to show it something.
Maybe.
Probably, but it's no harder than just saying.
Yeah.
I've just realised I know why we're not killing it.
Because what you said, right?
Because Liam is slacking on DPS. That's it. That's the only reason I can think of.
Yeah, I'll blame Liam too.
The fuck, Lion? Okay, then give me 2 seconds. Not
Oh.
having this.
Oh.
Is he finally
Taking
gonna-
bet Liam dying within the first minute now.
No, I'm not having this. No.
I'm all poor, so let's make content.
Swear, Liam, if your DPS doubles now, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna hurt you.
But he'd like that, Jay.
I didn't say it was gonna be a punishment.
Well, I'm breaking out the intellect pots then.
Whoa, chill out.
3-point and everything.
5,
What you mean you haven't been? Well, now we know what the problem is, don't we?
1.
I don't like you, boss. You're kind of crap. Come on, kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Nope.
Be close, but go for it.
No, that was close.
Fucking hell, had that X spike? Just see starting now. The fight.
No, play what she said.
One on
CC
X,
star, good pick.
one on star.
Get that.
Pull in X, please.
Oh, they got it.
Can we pull in star, please?
There he is.
Can we have the crusher move to the Hexer?
It's actually, you want to have the Hexer move to the boss.
Yeah, or that.
It's not you to pull them. It's the Death Knights have got to grip them twice. Because you can't move them.
But it might be a bad idea to move them in, the second one in, because of the itcher.
Well, that normally you should be able to stun each other.
CC
Yeah.
and
That's the
star.
entire thing.
Get the moon.
Bring the moon in. Okay, bring the star in, please.
You can also cast slows on Yikr, so
The Hexer is getting pushed back.
Well, that was because of the Yicker, I think. So it was probably
Yeah, I
the
tried to
wise
do-
things to do.
Sorry.
We've got one coming in on moon, one coming in on X.
CCing X.
Okay, bring moon in.
Just die. Oh shit.
And bring X in.
That was a bit. Thought they would kill him.
Should we use a rest to maximize DPS?
Yeah. It's the last pull anyway. So we got one on moon and one on star.
CCing the star at the moon.
Okay,
Bring
cool.
me-
Bloodlust already.
Bring moon in.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a crusher 100%.
Yeah. And we got a master spirit. We got a fear in the middle of the pack. This is gonna go wrong badly.
Make sure you attack the crusher.
Bye.
Yeah, you can't be tanking at the edge of the question because it does a knockback. Yeah.
Oh,
We're kind of screwed now.
Yeah, but it was easy to auto take the AoE things back.
I know. No worries.
well, at least we should definitely get it next week. I would have thought. We're getting close enough.
Maybe here we're around 45% or something.
That's what we
I think
just
that's
did.
yeah. I think that's what we
Ah,
did.
okay.
Yeah, but the thing, it's actually the point. The thing is that we should actually hero. Let's say when we are sure that that you don't get
Alright,
another add-up.
that's me out. Have a
but
good night,
it's
guys.
difficult to
Bye.